6 drops of the essence of terror, 5 drops of sinister sauce.
When the stirring's done, may I lick the spoon?
Of course, of course.
G'day, my name's Greg. I work for the Arts and Culture team at Brimbank City Council. Now we've partnered with Social Support to bring you a collection of multicultural cooking classes. Today I'm cooking ramen broth. Basically when you get to adding the ingredients to ramen, add whatever you want. You can add pork, you can add chicken, you can have tofu, whatever you want. But it's the broth that will make or break your ramen. So we're going with a different sort of quick and easy way to do ramen broth. Usually it could take hours. I usually get pork bones and whatnot and cook them for hours and then add all my ingredients. After probably about 8 hours of cooking the bones, add all your ingredients and then you just get all the flavors out. But this day, we're going easy, quick and easy. So I've got 2 cups of vegetable stock, 4 cups of water, 1 heaped tablespoon of miso paste, 3 sheets of sushi paper. Usually I'd use dried kelp, but again, that's out of my 5-kilometer radius, so have to use what I've got. You can get all these at the supermarket, by the way. Bonito flakes, about 1 satchel, which is 2/3 of a cup. Then you've also got rice wine vinegar and cooking sake. These 2 you're just doing to taste. So there's not really a measurement, it's just put a dash in here and there, see what it tastes like. So we're gonna basically bring these 2 to the boil first, then we'll add our miso paste, our sushi sheets and our bonito flakes. Let them cook for about 15 minutes. Then just start putting our rice wine and our sake to taste. So yeah, let's head on over to the hot plate. G'day, so we're over at the hot plates. So let's start cooking. First, turn it on. Let's add the water in first. So we'll add about 3 cups of our 4 cups in. Then we've got our 2 cups of vegetable stock. As you can see, it's just a little bit of colour in there. Let's add our heaped spoon. We'll get the rest off later when we do some stirring. Our bonito flakes. And our 1, 2, 3 sushi papers. Just rip it up. If you find you need more of this, just grab some more, chuck it in. It's all to taste. Now the thing about ramen is it becomes really good when you use multiple ramens. So I've got a ramen stock that's been going for about 5 ramens. So I've cooked it 5 times, 5 different times with 5 ingredients, just keep adding it back in. So you want to make enough for whoever's eating it or drinking it, and about 2 cups extra. So you can freeze it and then use it in the next lot. Because the more you add it in, the bigger the flavors, the better it's going to be. Yeah, it's like wine, it gets better with age. So let's wait for this to boil. Just stir it around. And when it starts boiling, we'll start adding in our rice vinegar wine and our sake. And finding out if we need to add anything else in as well. Now, if you wanted to keep this vegetarian, add everything you just added, except for the bonito flakes, because bonito flakes are in dried fish. So you know you could pretty much make this vegetarian. Well, the vegetarian stock. Cool. So let's give it about 10 minutes and see where we're at. Don't forget to turn that on. Okay, so now we're back, and as you can see, it's starting to boil. So let's bring it down a little. There you go. So she's on simmer. Now, let's have a bit of a taste and see what we need to add. Ooh, it's tasting nice. But I'm going to add 1 extra sheet of sushi paper. If I was to use dried kelp, I'd probably just use 1 sheet of dried kelp. It's pretty thick and it's really salty. So you really don't need that much. So again, be very sparing with your dried kelp. But it does make a big difference. You know, work with what you got. So tear that up. Now I'm going to use some rice wine vinegar. Just a splash, really. You don't need heaps. And cooking sake. Again, it's probably in all honesty about a tablespoon, if that, of each. Give it a stir. Oh, really good. Now, I've got 1 cup left. You're like, Greg, why haven't you added that yet? Good reason. We're going to let this simmer for about another 10 minutes and a fair bit of it's going to evaporate. So we're going to put that extra cup in there at the end. And then, you know, let it cook for a little bit longer. But that's just so we've, you know, so you haven't got like two cups left and you're like, oh no, I need to use some for my next one. So that's what it's for. So we're back. I've added that extra half a cup in, just, you know, because it was evaporating. So let's have a bit of a taste. Delicious. So what we have to do now is strain it. Because you don't want seaweed going around in your food, do you? So let's turn it off. Bang. Don't want to set the place on fire. Grab our pot and just pop it into another pot. Will it fit in the pot? Oh, just. Now, if you want to reduce it some more, you can in this pot. But in all honesty, it's ready to go. There you go. So there's your ramen broth. It's all ready to rock and roll. Yeah, just all you need to do now is just add your ingredients. So you can, noodles, obviously. But then, yeah, if you want to make it totally vegetarian, tofu, vegetables. You can add pork. Pork's usually what you would add. You can do chicken. If you go for pork, you can chuck a pork chop in there if you want. Whatever you want, really. It's up to you. Another good thing to add are eggs. So hard boil an egg, but just to the point where it's a little bit gooey on the inside yolk. And then cut it in half and pop it in. You'll see it in most pictures of ramen. It does go really well. So yeah, enjoy and remember, keep a little bit of your stock so you can use it next time.
6 drops of the essence of terror, 5 drops of sinister sauce.
When the stirring's done, may I lick the spoon?
Of course, ha ha, of course.